This video is a scientific guide to getting the perfect jawline. Social media is littered with new techniques coming in every couple of months, promising quick, mind-blowing results. Understanding what truly works is essential for making the right choices in light of these trends. In this video, I'm going to break everything down for you scientifically. I'll cover the most common jawline questions, explain what actually shapes your jawline, and then give you a clear step-by-step plan to achieve the sharpest jawline you can, without wasting time, energy, or money on random gimmicks. By the end, you'll know exactly what works and why it works. First, let's understand what actually creates your jawline. Your jawline is influenced by several factors, starting with your bone structure, mainly your lower jaw or mandible, the angle it curves upwards towards your ear, how forward it is, and how wide it is. Then come your muscles and mainly your masseter muscle. A bigger masseter muscle can make your jaw look wider. There are other muscles that indirectly affect your jawline, and we will talk about them later. This is followed by fat deposits. Lower fat deposits can let your jawline shine, while more fat deposits will cover it up. And finally, your skin. A tight and healthy skin helps reveal your jawline, while a stretched, saggy skin hides it. Now that you understand what influences your jawline, let's get started with the best plan that will help you get your perfect jawline. I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step system. This system is prioritized, meaning I have included the things I believe to be most important and must be done first under step 1, followed by step 2, and so on, based on their relative importance. Step 1.1, lose that fat. I know this is not the answer people want to hear. I also wish I could tell you that there is some other way to get that perfect jawline, even if we skip this. We cannot. Everything else is a gimmick, a distraction if you are not doing this. Unless we remove that fat, nothing underneath it will be visible. Also, chewing gum or any other exercise does not help spot reduce face fat. Fat is lost in a calorie deficit throughout the entire body. You cannot specifically remove fat from your face. For men, you typically need to get down to around 10 to 15% body fat to see really sharp jawline definition. For women, it's around 17 to 20% because women naturally carry more essential body fat. Before you get discouraged, understand this. Every couple percentage points you lose makes your jawline visibly sharper. It's gradual, not an on-off switch. And why would you start using jaw trainers or those hard chewing gums and risk TMJ disorder without doing the most basic and effective thing first? So if you take nothing else from this video, take this. Prioritize fat loss, get your nutrition in order, create a caloric deficit, be patient, because this is the foundation for everything else. Step 1.2, train that neck. Now, while you're working on fat loss, there's something else you can do that's completely safe and incredibly effective. Train your neck. Unlike masseter muscle training, which comes with real risks that we'll discuss later, neck training has basically no downside when done correctly. Your neck muscles don't directly change your jawline structure, but they do two very important things. First, strong neck muscles tighten the skin around your jaw, making it more visible. Second, a thicker, more muscular neck creates better proportions. It frames your jawline and makes it stand out more. For men especially, this creates a more masculine, powerful look. The neck is also one of those muscle groups that responds really well to training and makes a visible difference relatively quickly. We'll include specific neck exercises in the training regimen at the end, but for now, just know that this should be part of your foundation. Step 1.3, correct that posture. The next part of this step is posture. Bad posture, head jutting forward, shoulders rounded, chin down, literally makes your jawline disappear. Good posture does the opposite. It stretches everything out, creates clear separation between your jaw and neck, and makes your jawline look significantly sharper immediately. Let me describe what good posture actually looks like. Your shoulders should be back and down, not hunched forward. Imagine you're trying to squeeze a pencil between your shoulder blades. That's the feeling. Your chest should be slightly lifted. Not puffed out like you're trying to show off, just naturally elevated. Your chin should be gently tucked, not lifted up, not jutting forward, but pulled slightly back so your head sits directly over your spine. It will feel weird at first. If you've had bad posture for years, good posture will feel unnatural as your muscles aren't used to holding you this way. You'll have to consciously remind yourself throughout the day. But after a few weeks of consistency, your body adapts. The muscles that maintain good posture get stronger. The habit becomes automatic. I'll include steps to including a good posture in the training regimen towards the end. Step 2, train that masseter. Okay, so you've started working on fat loss. You're training your neck, you've fixed your posture, but you're still not completely satisfied with your jawline. Now, we can talk about training your masseter muscle. Your masseter is the primary chewing muscle on the side of your face. It's actually one of the strongest muscles in the human body relative to its size. When you develop this muscle, it adds width to your lower face and can create a more squared off, angular jawline. You can train it through various methods: chewing harder foods, chewing gum for extended periods, using jaw trainer devices, or even through clenching exercises. All of these methods work on the same principle. They make the muscle work harder than normal, which stimulates growth. But there's a serious risk here that you need to understand: TMJ disorder. TMJ stands for temporomandibular joint. That's the joint that connects your jaw to your skull, right in front of your ears. It's one of the most complex joints in your body, and it gets used constantly throughout the day for talking, eating, yawning, everything. TMJ is not designed for heavy resistance training. It's a delicate hinge and sliding joint. When you overtrain it or do it in poor form, you can damage this joint. TMJ disorder causes chronic pain in your jaw and face, and it is really hard to treat. I'm not trying to scare you away from masseter training entirely. I just need you to understand the risk associated with it. The key is progressive overload with adequate recovery. Just like training any other muscle, you don't go to the gym and bench press your maximum weight every single day, right? You'd hurt yourself. Same principle applies here. We'll include a safe, progressive masseter training protocol in the Regimens section. But remember, this is optional, it comes with risks, and you should only consider it after you've addressed fat loss first. Step 3, skincare. Now let's talk about something that most jawline content completely ignores: your skin. Taking care of your skin isn't about revealing your jawline, it is about protecting your jawline long term and making sure it stays visible as you age. Your skin has two main proteins that keep it firm and tight: collagen and elastin. Collagen provides structure and firmness. It's like the springs in a mattress. Elastin provides elasticity. It's what lets your skin stretch and then bounce back. Starting around your mid-20s, your body starts producing about 1% less collagen every year. That might not sound like much, but it compounds. By your 30s and 40s, you've lost significant amounts of collagen. Your elastin fibers also degrade over time. The result? Your skin gets thinner, less firm, and less elastic. It starts to sag, and when it sags around your jawline, that sharp definition you worked so hard for starts to blur and soften. Now, you can't stop this process entirely. Aging happens, but you can slow it down significantly with the right approach. Start protecting your skin as early as possible using sunscreen and basic cleansing, and by your late 20s, definitely start using retinol as it boosts collagen. If you're in your 40s, consider professional treatments if you want bigger changes. Step 4, mewing. Let's talk about mewing. Mewing, developed and named by Dr. John Mew, is a technique involving proper tongue posture. You keep your entire tongue, not just the tip, but the whole thing, pressed flat against the roof of your mouth. That's it. That's mewing. It is professed mewing is able to change your jaw structure, though there's no direct research proving mewing works. On the flip side, there's also none disproving it. There is, however, secondary evidence supporting the principles. We know mouth breathing in children causes recessed jaws. We know chewing harder foods leads to wider jaws. The environment can impact facial structure. This is where mewing draws its theoretical basis from. If mouth breathing and low tongue posture contribute to poor facial development, then the opposite, nasal breathing and proper tongue posture, might contribute to better development. It's a logical hypothesis based on what we know about how bones respond to mechanical forces. But the issue is the force generated by our tongue while mewing. Our tongue generates several grams of force, typically between 4 to 20 grams range across the entire roof, while orthodontics generate about 20 to 200 grams of force per tooth. Thus, without proper backing of research, mewing should not be seen as a solution to fix problems that already exist. It should be seen as a healthy habit to potentially prevent issues from developing in the first place. Think of it like this: good posture doesn't fix a curved spine, but maintaining good posture throughout your life can prevent spinal problems from developing. Same concept here. If you're young, a teenager, or in your early 20s when your facial bones are still developing, mewing might have some long-term benefits. Your bones are still growing, still responding to forces. If you're over 25, your facial bones are pretty much set. They fused. They're done growing. At that point, expecting mewing to significantly change your bone structure isn't realistic. So my honest recommendation, do mewing, but do it for the right reasons. Don't do it expecting your face to transform. Don't do it thinking it'll replace the need for orthodontics. Don't expect overnight results or dramatic before and after photos. Do it because proper tongue posture supports nasal breathing, which is healthier than mouth breathing. Do it because maintaining this posture encourages better overall posture of your head and neck. Do it as a healthy habit, not as a miracle cure. Step 5. Surgical options. After adopting all the previous steps, if you're still not satisfied with your jawline, then we need to talk about surgical options. This is the last resort. This should only be considered after you've maximized everything else because surgery carries real risks, real costs, and permanent consequences. But if you've genuinely done everything and you still want more, here are your options. Orthodontics corrects bite and alignment with braces/aligners, improving function and appearance. Least invasive. Dermal fillers. Non-surgical, reversible injections add volume for jawline enhancement. Temporary, lasting 12 to 18 months, require repeated treatments. Cannot make major structural changes. Jaw implants, permanent surgical implants that add size and definition. Significant changes possible, but involve surgical risks, infection, nerve damage, and high cost. Orthognathic surgery. Drastic jaw surgery to reposition bone, altering facial structure, most invasive, painful, expensive, with longest recovery, typically for severe functional/structural issues. I'm not here to tell you whether you should or shouldn't get surgery. That's a personal decision that you need to make based on your own situation, goals, and values. But what I will tell you is this: make sure you genuinely maximize everything else first, because surgery can't fix poor habits. If you get jaw surgery but you don't maintain a healthy body fat percentage, you still won't have the definition you want. If you don't fix your posture, you'll still look worse than you could. Surgery should enhance what you've already built, not be a shortcut around the work. Training regimen. Alright, now let's get into the practical stuff. The following is a structured program aimed towards achieving your perfect jawline. We will be targeting 4 major things: fat loss protocol, posture training, neck training, masseter training. Fat loss protocol. Calculate your TDEE, total daily energy expenditure, using an online calculator. Create a deficit of 300 to 500 calories below your TDEE. Track every single thing you eat using an app of your choice. If you don't want to use a paid app, you can also use AI chat models such as ChatGPT, where you can mention what you have eaten for the day and the AI would be able to give you a rough estimate of the calories. Weigh yourself every morning and track the average for the week. This is the basic premise of weight loss. We cannot go into full depth as that would be too long for this video. Comment down below if you want a separate video for fat loss. Posture training. Remind yourself throughout the day to correct your posture. If you are someone who completely forgets about it, set 5 alarms throughout your day, specifically for posture checks. Each time the alarm goes off, correct your posture. Shoulders back, chest up, chin tucked. Practice wall angels for 2 to 3 minutes every morning, afternoon, and evening. Stand with your back against a wall. Raise arms overhead while keeping contact with the wall. Neck training. You can train your entire neck comprehensively with just 4 simple movements: neck curls, neck extensions, lateral neck raises, and shoulder shrugs. You can do these exercises with weight plates or resistance bands, or even by providing resistance against your own hand. Start with twice a week training, and as your neck gets used to, increase the amount of resistance or weight. Do 3 sets of each exercise and number, and aim to perform 10 to 12 reps in each set. Things to keep in mind when doing neck training. Do not do a complete flexion as it can hurt your spine. Go to 80% and come back. Do not train till fatigue. Instead, stop 1 to 2 reps before fatigue. Do slow and controlled movements, 1 to 2 seconds for concentric and 3 to 4 eccentric phase. Always warm up. Do some gentle neck circles and light stretches before training. Never train through pain. Muscle burn is okay. Sharp pain or discomfort is not. Consistency matters more than intensity. A moderate routine done regularly beats intense training done sporadically. Your neck supports your head 24/7. Don't completely exhaust it. Progress slowly. The neck adapts more slowly than larger muscle groups. If in doubt, use less resistance. Better to progress slowly than to get injured. Masseter training. If you want to begin training your masseter, start very conservatively. Chew sugar-free gum for 20 minutes, 3 times per week maximum, or use a very lightweight jaw trainer. Use both sides equally. Stop immediately if you feel any pain or clicking. Never do this on consecutive days. Progressive masseter training. Only adopt this if you've had no issues with light training. Use higher resistance jaw trainers or chewing gums. 3 to 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps 3 times per week. Always maintain a gap of at least 48 hours between sessions. Monitor carefully for any signs of TMJ, pain, clicking, stiffness, headaches. If any symptoms appear, stop immediately and rest for at least a week. Hope this video explains what exactly affects your jawline and how to develop it systematically. Be patient and trust the process.